Jeff Osborne, founder of Polymathic Innovations, and I'm here to talk about our product GridLeaf, which is a wind turbine delivering micro energy at an economical scale. This light represents the current state of our power grid. Fickle, inconsistent, and strained to the point where many are left to wonder, not if, but when they'll finally be left in the dark. This is an issue that communities around the globe are facing. With the rise of AI and electric vehicles, the cost of electricity is rising rapidly, and it's never been more fragile than it is today. This is causing many homeowners to look into alternatives such as BESS, or battery energy storage systems, which in their simplest form are home batteries that charge from the grid when rates are high and discharge and power the home when rates are low. This offers some energy savings, but realistically no long-term resilience, which leads many people to swap the grid for solar panels, an additional expense, of course. But solar and BESS allow a solar array to power these batteries during the day and power the house through the night when they're not generating. But there's a problem with this, and that's that solar and BESS alone cannot guarantee continuous power without grid support. And that's because solar is unavailable during the most vulnerable grid events, such as extreme storms, weather, and even in general use can be offline for 3 or more days at a time due to climate or seasonal conditions. So this kind of a system will give you better energy savings, not total though, and only limited long-term resilience. So the product that we've been developing will allow homeowners to have complete ownership of their power and 24/7, 365 resilience from grid outages. And that product is the GridLeaf wind turbine. Depicted here is our pilot prototype. And it's a modular micro wind turbine that creates usable power from typically inaccessible low elevation winds. And GridLeaf is able to bring value to these BESS systems due to its ability to supplement solar. So with just solar, without GridLeaf, you're able to generate power during the day and charge your battery and power your home. When it turns to night, the solar will no longer be generating power, but that battery will be able to discharge and power your home throughout the night. The issue arises when the next day is cloudy and solar is unable to replenish that battery, leaving your home vulnerable and reliant on the grid. This is where GridLeaf comes in. GridLeaf, during these gaps in solar generation, is able to supplement the power to the home, keeping the power going in your house, as well as keeping your battery from zero. And this continuous generation is really important in the nighttime as well, not only for the purposes of resilience, but with continuous generation, you're able to use smaller batteries that are more optimally performing, which actually saves you install costs and extends the life of your system by several years. So resilience isn't just a luxury, though. This is a slide from a technical overview published by Enphase, which is a $2.3 billion annual revenue company in the BESS space. And they highlight the multi-billion-dollar revenue potential from their existing customers of upgrading specifically in energy independence. And I know the screen's pretty small, so some of you guys might not be able to see, but wind isn't on this list. And we know that fundamentally solar is not able to provide this, but wind isn't on this list because the current technology is not accessible to these specific applications. And that's where GridLeaf has an advantage. Due to our proprietary wind boost panels, we're able to produce power in a wider range of install applications. And our modular Lego design allows us to seamlessly integrate into these applications based on their physical or electrical needs. To commercialize in this market, we'll need to demonstrate the integration of our technology into a BESS system. That is our next step after our pilot deployment, which is active currently. Besides for that, we will be developing a roof mount design as well as a microinverter to allow for plug-and-play universal installations from a physical and an electrical standpoint. And we're choosing BESS as our target market, not just because the value is great for the consumer, but it's also a really strong market at $32.6 billion with an annual growth rate of nearly 20%. And of that, we've identified $4 billion as wind-viable remote and residential BESS installations. But this isn't our only market. As our technology matures, it's positioned to expand into other segments as well, such as off-grid utilization of powering trail shelters or remote telecom loads, which currently rely on dirty and expensive diesel generators, or even into our built environment. If you look closely, you'll be able to see our turbine in the Golden Arch. And the portability that our modularity allows also unlocks power on-demand applications like emergency response or even military. And so the team consists of myself, a RPI mechanical and aerospace engineer, supported by a talented, robust team of student engineers and their faculty advisors headed by Dr. Ashish Ghosh, as well as support from the Severino Center and Dr. Eric Ledette. We're looking to bring in expertise in the following areas: early stage manufacturing, wind turbine design, specifically for certification purposes, as well as structural and grid integration of our technology. And our ask is for $400,000 to validate our technology by the end of 2026. And during this span, we'll use that money to turn our technology into a plug-and-play product that can be ready for certification and scaled-up manufacturing. Thank you, guys.